building, man?
I'm good.
You good? Welcome to Tanzania.
Thank you.
This is No Pain, No Bad. I just want to hear some, rhythm, flows, rapping a little beats. Let's get it. Hey.
You're from the very first day.
Hey.
I've been searching for you.
Hey.
Can't understand all the politics that you're causing in my brain. Oh, baby, give me update. What's your name and number?
Number.
You dedicate my authority, baby. No,
Hey.
So, carry. You carry my money.
Oh.
You carry everything I need and a woman and more. Say, you carry. You carry my money.
Money.
You carry everything I need and a woman and more. They say, you motivate me. Your body motivate me. Yeah, you motivate me. And your body, you motivate me.
Hey.
Motivation. You motivate me. Carry your body from Uganda to TZ.
Hey.
Dar es Salaam.
Oh! Let me hear some rap, I do believe you have some verse, some bars a little bit, just spit in here. Camera's on, let's get it, my brother. This mountain line, No Pain, No Bad. Hey, Bebe Cool's in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah. I know I come from back home in Eugene, where I feel like seeing things a lot. Now down in Dar, I get the new style, new heat, pop like me like. If I choose to flow, and I choose to blow, I need some vibe in time. Down, so I see the Coco Beach.
Hey!
Yeah, Coco Beach.
Hey!
Down there is a Coco Beach. Along the way I see the Coco Beach. So
Beach,
I need to get the girls down to the Coco Beach. My boys to the Coco Beach. And get now to the Coco Beach. And do the with the Dar es Salaam. Wow.
Hey! Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's get some vibes, Bebe Cool is in Tanzania from Uganda. He's get some, album, brand new album.
Break the chain.
Break the chain. So we're gonna break the chain today. This out, we break the chain from Mountain Line Production. No Pain, No Bad. Let's get him on, brother. Bebe Cool's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. No Bad. Hey!
Yeah. We got this mentality to stay all the same. We got the thing that keeps you the same. We got a problem of not thinking out of the box, and I think it's the time to stop. Break the chain, get the chain out. Move on, let's get better. Let's turn around and move together. Let's forget what we had and start a new journey. I want to start a new journey. Breaking the chain.
Hey.
I want to break that chain. Let's go break. Hip hop, break. Let's go break the chain. This is breaking the chain now. Say, let's go break that chain and get out the space and get out the box. You gotta think out of the box, think brand new. Get on the move, let's go. This is global. Now that the world is moving, you gotta move with it. You can't stay just back on yourself now, man. Nigga, you gotta do it. Nigga, you gotta do it. Nigga, you gotta do right. You gotta do right to yourself. When was the last time I did rap music, man? I don't know.
You don't know.
There's another way to break the chain.
Okay.
You just made me break it.
Yeah, we're breaking. I was just thinking about, every time it's not that I do not know. You know.
Love you every day.
Hey, let's get it. Let's meet some, love every day. Hey, we got Bebe Cool. We love you every day, Mountain Line. No Pain, No Bad.
Take you down to my hometown, girl. Every day I dream about a brand new world. Oh, a brand new world. Yeah. Every day I think about a brand new world. Let me take you down to my hometown, girl. In my hometown, girl. Yeah, you know, I feel like I got a new girl in my life. Maybe I will take her to my new world. So creativity at its best, you know.
Yo, bana, leo tumekuwa blessed, tumekuwa na Bebe cool, amedondoka hapa, ametuonesha kile ambacho ametuonesha, it's all cool. So hivi ndio mambo kusifanya. Mountain Lion, Kids of Fam, no pen no pad, mgenge mimi naitwa hivyo. So thanks for watching, but don't go nowhere.
Because all of us just started all of a sudden not to, you know, go to neighboring countries, but we go all the way far, and then you just can't go next, so it's bad. But I'm finally here, and I'm very sure I'm going to be here.
I do remember the first time you came in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Yeah, we did the East African Bashment crew with Naziti and Myri, and we had Akon here, and the gig was big. I should have just stayed coming.
Did you miss something about Bashment crew, like, you know, where
yes, of course. I mean, the vibe is so up there, and you know, they still give you the taste of Kenya, and you know, to me, when you're together with the power is way too high. Yeah.
Okay, nice. How is Uganda?
Uganda is pretty cool. I mean, it's always vibing.
I have so many friends from Uganda, but I've never been to Uganda.
You need to come to Uganda.
I will come to Uganda.
Party from Monday to Monday.
That's the thing I've been hearing.
Uganda, 70% young people, you know.
Okay.
And what's the order of the day for young people? Party.
If someone asks you, what's so special about Uganda, maybe in terms of partying or entertainment industry?
Uganda is a part of Africa. I mean, we have very good weather, we have very good calm people. So the environment just keeps you not in the house. You definitely just find yourself finding some place to go, and wherever you go, you're finding people who are just having fun. And now that we're the youngest country in the world, so you know what it means when it's 10 people and 7 are young? It's always vibrating, you know. So 70% of our people in Uganda are young. So, and you know what young people do? If they're not doing sports, they're doing entertainment.
Okay.
So
nice.
The country is so vibrant.
Okay, that's good. Do you believe a couple of years back, I think maybe 20 or 15 years, Uganda was so good in music more than Tanzania?
Of course.
But now Tanzania is more than Tanzania, more than Kenya and Uganda.
I think it balances different.
How?
I can't say. I think yes, Tanzania is good, but now we have to come to, if we're talking about individual artists. Tanzania had already become better when there was more artists nearly at the same level.
Okay. But in Uganda?
In Uganda, the thing is, you find you can. How can I say this? Tanzania has Diamond. And then the rest of, maybe Alikiba comes next. That is when you're in Uganda. Now the rest of
so there's no artist maybe in Uganda is more than Diamond and Alikiba. Like when you try to develop up.
It's difficult to say that there are 5-10 artists from Tanzania that are known in Uganda.
So we'll say Diamond and Alikiba.
Yes.
There's no Harmonizing.
Now that does not. Rayvanny still. I think Rayvanny needs to do the tour there.
Okay. Harmonize.
He needs to come there. Harmonize is known, but you see, if they seal it with a media tour and more collaboration in Uganda, then they become as household as Diamond.
Okay.
The same applies to Kenya.
Okay.
So when you say Tanzania is now better, to me it was those days we were moving more like, it wasn't that even Uganda was better. We were moving like at the same pace as East African countries.
Okay.
Because if you consider those days, that's when even more collaborations were happening. And more concerts within Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Eminem is in Tanzania, Professor J is in Uganda, Bebe is in Nairobi, Nazizi Wire and Nameless are in Uganda. You get it? So we were moving together. Of late, it's difficult. I don't see too much, you know. Maybe you hear once or twice the Diamond every year, maybe coming to Uganda. Maybe it died out. Okay. So the competition has died. And now I'm here to revive it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see this thing happen every now and then. I want to be able to say, Bebe was in Dar es Salaam last week. Next week, Azawi or Joshua Baraga. You get it? I need to see Rayvani in Kampala. Has Rayvani come to Kampala before? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I doubt. But then if you, because I met with Rayvani in Nairobi, with Jason Derulo when we did Coke Studio. So from there, because we had a song, I should have come to Dar es Salaam, he should have gone to UG.
Just like exchange
program. So we need this East African exchange program musically right now.
You know, because I'm asking that because by that time was Kenko, was Nappy, was Bebe, was Bobby Wine.
Yeah.
You know, who else at that time? You know, different artists from Uganda was just doing good in Tanzania, you know, was just like watching the videos, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, you know, because they are my friends, that's why I'm considering. And shout out to my brother in Kansas, by the way. He's doing good, you know, he say he's good.
I think we need, I'm sure after this media tour, many of our brothers and sisters will consider this issue again.
Okay.
Because the names are there, but they need backup to go out there and push music. You get it? Otherwise, if we don't do this, I don't think we will maintain that energy for East Africa. We need to. West Africa has done that. You can see the collaboration between Nigeria and Ghana. Okay? So when you see that collaboration, you easily now cannot separate Ghana and Nigeria. You can't.
Because you feel like it's a one country.
It's a one country. So we need to do the same here. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, we need to make it as a one country musically.
Okay. You want to break the chain and you already say like break the chain and why you're breaking the chain. So tell me about Break the Chain.
Well, Break the Chain's album is a 16-track album that I just dropped 30 days back. It's a new revelation that I want to use to re-motivate the East African industry. You can see that the trends of music has changed. We've been doing dancehall reggae for a very long time, bongo, but now the globe, because of our brothers from Nigeria and South Africa pushing Afrobeat to the globe, piano. So you can see that the world has accepted a trend of music from Africa finally. Okay? So us as Africans now need to also embrace that acceptance and join the forces. And let's take an African sound. Let's keep taking African sounds
to the global.
So for me, I say, let me do an album which has Afrobeat, Afrotech, Afropop sounds, okay? And then reignite every other artist who's possibly able to do that, because we now know for sure that people have accepted to eat that food. So Break the Chains title, why call it Break the Chains? Because we also want people to start thinking differently. We need to ask people to stop thinking within the box and think out of the box. If in life you feel you're in the same place, it's because you're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Okay.
So it's like you're chained on a tree and you want to break it. So I'm in Tanzania with a brand new sound. It's no longer dancehall. I've broken that chain off. I'm off the tree. I'm now on the move to the next new world. Okay. So it appeals to you in life that let's say you have are you married?
No.
You should.
No.
But when you get married and you have fights with your wife and you beat up your wife, the next day or the next time, try giving her a hug and see if she doesn't do exactly what you want.
Okay.
So it's just to change the mentality. That's what Break the Chain is. So it has songs like motivation. When you hear motivation, you see people being motivated. We talk about motivation. It has I've got a collaboration with Joshua Baraka, which is a check.
And then another feature?
In today's world, life is all about a check.
Check.
Ladies will tell you, you don't have a check, I don't have anything for you.
Yeah.
So I've also got DJ Edu on the album. DJ Edu in London, and then I also have Yemi Alade. African Love.
From Uganda.
From
Nigeria.
Yes. The song is called African Love. So basically, the 16 titles of that album connect to each other.
You didn't think about, maybe feature Tanzanian acts?
No. I did think about anything. You see, to future, now it is the time.
Okay.
A Tanzanian artist can look onto that album, listen to the song, like it, and say, you know what, I want a remix with Bebe on his album.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the best thing, because when you're doing the challenge of changing the direction, it may be difficult to convince an artist, tell them, you know what, let's go Afro pop. Because in Tanzania, the artist feels probably still bongo music stronger. So why can't I first go do the sample out there with with Afro pop, and then he listens to it.
Okay.
Like I've got a song called Hips Don't Lie on the album. So if a Tanzanian artist come up and say, you know what, I want to some Swahili Hips Don't Lie, that's Afro pop, Afro tech music. You get it?
So you're okay to
So I'm very ready to work with artists from East Africa, artists from West Africa, and of course I've got some from South Africa.
That's nice. So the album's out.
Yes.
On all digital platforms, right?
True.
If you go out there, just search Break the Chain.
Break the Chain.
Very cool. You get it. Anything else that you'd like to share with your truly amazing Tanzanian fans who are watching right now?
It is always going to be the East African thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've been shouting too much about numbers, talking about West Africa, talking about Nigeria. We as artists are giving excuses of saying, Nigerian artists are making it because they got numbers. But I think the issue is, the solution is, we as East Africans must go back to our reunion, our combination of our countries.
Together as well.
We have Tanzania with 67 million people, we got Uganda with 55 million people, we got Kenya with 50 million people. That's really 170 million. We got Rwanda, we got Burundi, we got Congo, South Sudan, and Ethiopia inclusive. So when you want to talk about numbers, we have to look at ourselves as East Africa. That's the first thing. Then you have to understand, our fans have to understand that now music is a game of numbers. Okay? So it is going to streaming. Okay? So if you're going to streaming, you're going to ask yourself one thing. How much streams do we need? 10 million from Kenya, 10 million from Uganda, 10 million from Tanzania, 5 million from Kigali,
Burundi. Well.
So an artist only needs about 30 to 40 million streams to become global, because the global figures are going to pay attention to an artist who has 30, 40 million streams on one song. Because Jay-Z wants to find out who is that. Jay-Z wants to share some of those 40 million. Numbers don't lie. So I want our fans to stream our music. I want the fans to understand that we can go global only if they stream the music.
All right, brother. I appreciate for you to be here. When was the conversation between you and Diamond Adams by the time he's in Uganda, the coffee festival, something like that?
Yeah. We spoke, this is the same thing we're talking about. I mean, I was first of all impressed by the fact that Diamond came to perform, but not in Kampala, but rather in Tungam, which is our country. And then, of course, the love was a lot. But we spoke about, focus was more to let our governments invest in the art,
in the music,
and to also make sure that we now openly speak about it, to tell our governments that they need to understand this business needs investment.
Okay.
They need to support the artists with finances. The governments also need to work on the issue cheapening the data, okay? The pricing on the data must go down because our countries are now having so many young people. But remember, governments cannot find jobs for people. Okay? So the best way to create jobs is to allow, now the young people have shown you they can be creative. I mean, here we have over 20 people. Everybody's got a camera, but the one common thing that we all have is data. So if governments make data cheap, this cheap data is going to help people be creative. And along the side of being creative, you're going to see music being streamed easily, and then those numbers are going to make superstars from East Africa. And the superstars will go global. When they go global, they make the $1 million, and they bring back the $1 million in East Africa.
That's a fact. My brother, I do appreciate. Thanks for your time.
Anytime,
by the time we get it back, if there is Islam Tanzania,
yeah,
let me know. I'll put you on some things, you know. Cheers. Bana tulikuwa na Bebe Cool leo. Bana shule. Mambo ya shule fulani, mambo ya sentiments na nini. Hatari sana. Anyway, this is No Pen No Pad Mountain Lion Executive Family outside. Tuko hapa.